In this video, we're going to talk about the distributive property, where we're also going to have to end up combining like terms. So as we look at our first example here, over here in the simplify section, we'll have a solve section in just a moment. We have 3x plus the quantity 4 times 2x plus or minus 6. So the first step I have to do is, following my order of operations, is looking at my parentheses. Can I combine either of those terms into 2x minus 6? So no, I cannot. The next thing I would look for would be any exponents, which I do not have there as well. So then I'm looking at multiplication or division. I do have multiplication or division because I'm going to be able to distribute the 4 to all of the items within the parentheses in this particular expression. So we're going to multiply there and there. So the 3x doesn't change, plus 4 times 2x minus 4 times 6. Again, the function that we use with our distributive property will always be multiplication. So now I can simplify both of these terms. So I have 3x plus 8x minus 24. 4 times 2 gives me the 8. 4 times 6 gives me the 24. So now I have a 3x plus 8x minus 24. So I do have two terms that I am able to combine. Both of these terms, the 3x and the 8x, both have just an x in them, and they're both x's are to the first power. So they have an exact same variable, so I am allowed to combine them. So 3x plus 8x gives me 11x minus 24. If you're having a little bit of difficulty wrapping your around, what do you mean I can combine those? Think about it this way. Let's say that x in this particular example is a pepperoni pizza. So in this one says I have 3 pepperoni pizzas. Somebody else showed up to the party and brought 8 pepperoni pizzas. Okay, so if I have 3 pepperoni pizzas plus 8 pepperoni pizzas, that means I have a grand total of 11 pepperoni pizzas. So that's really what we're talking about. If this was a 3x plus 8y, we're looking at 3 pepperoni pizzas plus 8 buffalo wings. And we don't put those two together. And I realize you have a buffalo wing pizza. I'm aware of that. But we don't necessarily typically combine them. We have to combine them exactly the same way to be able to put them together. Okay? So as we look at our next example, I'm looking at 5 times the quantity 3x minus 7 minus 7x. So again, first thing we're going to do is we're going to check our parentheses. I cannot combine them, 3x minus 7. I don't have any exponents, but I do have multiplication. So we're going to distribute the 5 to 5 times 3x minus 5 times 7 minus the 7x. Okay? Then we're going to simplify each of these terms. 5 times 3x gives me 15x minus 5 times 7, which is 35, minus 7x. Now, please keep in mind that the x does not mean multiplication anymore. X is our variable. So now, do I have any terms that I can combine? Yes, I have my 15x minus 7x. So again, thinking of our pepperoni pizzas, 15 pepperoni pizzas minus 7 pepperoni pizzas is going to give me 8 pepperoni pizzas minus 35. And that becomes my two final answers on the solve side. Okay, there will not be an actual final answer with that outside of the expression that we have. So looking at solve, now we're going to have to distribute, combine like terms, and then actually finally solve the equation. So again, nothing I can combine in parentheses. So I'm going to distribute here and there. 4 times 3x minus 4 times 6 plus 8x equals 16. So simplifying each of our terms here, I get 12x minus 24 plus 8x equals 16. Combining my like terms, I can combine my 8x and my 12x. That's a positive, so I get 20x minus 24 equals 16. There's the term with the variable in it. It's being subtracted by 24, so we're going to add 24 to both sides. Those will cancel. I get 20x equals 40. I'm going to rewrite it over here to the side. So I got 20x equals 40. That's the variable I want to solve for. The x is being multiplied by 20, so I have to divide by 20 on both sides. Divide by 20, divide by 20. Those cancel, x equals 2. That becomes my final answer. So we look at our last example. 2x plus 3 times the quantity x plus 5 equals 30. Again, nothing to combine in here, so we're going to distribute. I get 2x plus 3 times x plus 3 times 5 equals 30. That's where our distribution comes in. Next one we look at is, can I combine any like terms? Yes, I can. I can combine the 2x and the 3x here. So 2x plus 3x gives me 5x plus 3 times 5, which is 15, equals 30. So there's my term with my variable in it. Put my force field around it of the circle. What is happening to the circle? It is being added by 15. So I need to undo that by subtracting 15. So both sides, those cancel. The 15s cancel. 5x equals 30 minus 15, which is 15. The x is by itself. We need to get it by itself. It's being multiplied by 5, so we divide by 5 on both sides. X equals 3. Using my final answer. Okay? So again, when we talk about the distributive property, multiply first. Okay? After you've gone through your order of operations, nothing in the parentheses can be combined. No exponents. So then we're going to use our multiplication for our distribution. Then we're going to look to see if there's any terms that we can combine. And then we're going to go ahead and solve the equation when we get to the solving part. Okay, when we simplify, when we get it down to just one term with a variable in it and one term without a variable in it, or the different variables, how many terms that you need to have, get it in its absolute simplest form. Thank you.